Peace. Welcome to the channel. I am aTone. This is aTone Tarot. What's up, Aries? You're here for your breathtaking moments as it relates to career and finance, love and romance, as well as friends and family. I'm going to close out the reading by rolling these dice to find out what astrological house you need to pay attention more to, as well as find out who in the zodiac sign chart you will be having these breathtaking moments with. So Aries, if you could please go ahead, smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Your girl would greatly appreciate that. If it don't apply, let it fly. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. To my new viewers, welcome to the channel. Returning viewers, welcome back. I greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, we're going to get up into this message. I'm going to pull 10 cards from the tarot to find out what's going on with your career and finances, Aries. I'll then hop over to the romance and love oracle to check on your love life and those breathtaking moments. I'll then close you out with the relationship oracle to find out what's going on with friends and family. So Aries, what you got going on in career and romance? Let's see for my lovely Aries. What it be? Hope all is well with everyone. I tell you what, people in their attention span and patience has been challenged a little bit, is what I'm picking up on. The energy of feeling rushed. What about you? What say you, Aries? Drop a comment for me. Let me know if you've been feeling that way as well. 10 cards, please, for my Aries collective as it relates to their career and finances. I was also thinking about this Lovers card. A third, at least more, of my signs have received this Lovers card in their career and finance spread. Something around a decision, making a decision that's best for you as it relates to the finances, the energy and harmony of a career path that you're on, Aries. Basically, does it align with your heart as well as your children? And does it produce the amount of money that you need? You need something that's going to line up in a multitude of ways and not just money or not just prestige and title. Yeah. Something that can continue to support you as well as your children, that keeps you a little bit out of the way. Like, not, when I say out of the way, meaning being able to isolate when you want and pop out and socialize when you want. You controlling the narrative around your lifestyle, Aries, in a very unconventional, unique way. And you may have to let go of a job, a particular career path, and start over in such a way, but you're not starting from ground zero. But let's get up into this message. Aries, you receive the 7 of Coins, the Page of Wands, the Lovers, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Moon, the 9 of Coins, the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So Aries, as it relates to your career and finances, you're going to be assessing your financial situation from where you currently sit and planning forward to the future. Watch the overspend in areas like takeout. Some of you, it's Amazon packages going crazy. Like you're getting packages in the mail left and right. Some of you might even be hiding these Amazon packages from your significant other and or spouse, yeah, you might have to let that go a little bit and become a little more disciplined in your spend. I'm also picking up on Temu, Fashion Nova, just a whole lot of online shopping for somebody. And if you go back and look at and review your bank balance, you're going to be like, I might have did a little too much there. So be conscious and mindful of that, Aries, as it relates to your spend. A new creative passion that has been sitting in your mind for a little while. You're nervous about whether you should start, when you should start it. What does the transition out of one job, industry, career path into another look like? You're really hoping, wanting, praying for a win as it relates to your career and your finances. You are afraid, nervous, but also prepared to walk away from and let something go as it relates to a job, or just a knowingness of a job and a career that you were once in. You're like, all right, I knew this job in and out, right? And the comfort of being able to do this job and or thing with my eyes closed and my hands tied behind my back was something that you appreciated, right? But you're nervous about becoming a novice. You won't completely step into novelty. You have some level of understanding of this industry. You're, like I said, you're not starting from ground zero with this Knight of Wands being here. Whatever industry or career or job that you're stepping into and transitioning into, wherever you were before, there are skills that you can bring with you that will help pivot and move this new thing forward faster than starting from the bottom, is what I'm saying, Aries. So to start is where you need to focus your attention, time, energy, as well as money. Disciplining yourself from, like I said, doing that online spending. Cut some of that out, Aries. Speak to your significant other, partner, spouse about helping you to transition from one area of your career into another. What that plan looks like. You have a resource or a person around you who can help you think through this plan, Aries, with this Queen of Swords being here. They're probably an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Someone who has a very strategic, organized way about them, Aries, that you might want to tap into. I'm leaning more towards Gemini because you also have the Lovers here. The Lovers is major arcana for Gemini. So see who around you is possibly more intellectual as it relates to laying down plans, doing research, and chunking out the process into little pieces, who can help build it out into an actual end result that produces something that you can touch, feel, see, hear, taste, whatever sensory method your gift sits up under. That is what will come up and out. But all right, Aries, let's move on and see what's going on with your love life. For my Aries Rams, the Rams out there, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is your season as well. I believe we are entering into Aries season. Let's see what love is going to do as it relates to a breathtaking moment for my Aries collective. 5 cards, please, Spirit. Yeah, there's someone who complements your genius, if you will, Aries. It doesn't necessarily even have to be romantic, but it's someone you love and they love you. They have a mutual respect for you and who you are. For some of you, you might not have met this person yet, but when you do, you'll know. One more card. All right, Aries, you receive twin flame, unseen, dreams, settling, and adventure. So as it relates to your love, breathtaking moments, something that hasn't necessarily happened yet in a partnership is going to take your breath away and take you on a bit of an adventure that makes your heart sing, Aries. Good for you. You have chosen not to settle. You have said, no, I know what I'm looking for, who I'm looking for. You might have daydreamed about this person, wrote a list out about this person as far as a checklist of things that this individual must possess in their personality, in their physical aesthetic, in their mindset, in their spiritual beliefs. You have dreamed this person. You might have even had dreams of you and this person interacting while you were asleep, right? So there's something euphorical about this individual, magical almost, a perfect fit. So if this person doesn't currently sit in your life, they're on their way and they're going to pair nicely with you and be able to ignite your flame. Again, I'm really picking up on an air sign because with you being fire, Aries, and this flame, twin flame being here, as well as what I picked up in your previous spread, I feel there is an explosion of forward movement, a lot of fire, a lot of creativity, a lot of laughter, a lot of joy, a lot of really changing things in your world in such a way and creating a reality around you that is memorable, that is one for the books, that is a box office hit, if you will. So I love this for you, Aries. You let me know in the comments who this individual is, whether they currently sit in your life or you meet them and you just cannot believe how connected you are to this individual. It also feels as if it's a quick spark. You ever met somebody and instantly the conversation is great? There's plenty of laughs. There's no gaps in the conversation. The person thoroughly understands what you're talking about. You know, they can make something push when you pull and vice versa, that type of movement. You know what I'm talking about, where there's chemistry and electricity between you and this individual. It's that type of person coming into your life, Aries, if they don't already sit there. And that person is going to be the essence of life all around the board, from career to spiritual beliefs, your emotional security, your family that you create. Even Aries, this person is going to have and be a major fixture in that. But let's move on to friends and family and see what's going on in that department for my Aries collective. And if you haven't done so already, Aries, what you waiting on? Go ahead, smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Your girl would greatly appreciate that, Aries. But we are going to find out what breathtaking moments are going to take place with friends and family as it relates to my Aries. I'll be pulling 5 cards from this relationship oracle. I'm sorry, character oracle. I've been calling it a relationship oracle. It's a character oracle deck. I don't do cards that fall on the floor, Aries, but we'll shuffle it back in and see if it comes back out. Some of you may volunteer as a football, basketball coach for a kids team, or your significant other does, and you're very impressed. Yeah, you love that about them. One more card, please. All right, Aries, you received coach, lovers. I'm sorry, coach, lover, betrayal, careers, and night. Excuse me. So, for some of you, a parental figure like a uncle, a elder in your family is not very happy with you right now for some reason. Aries, maybe the person you chose to be in a relationship with, they don't particularly like that person. Someone has an elder or an like an uncle, or aunt, someone who's older than them who doesn't necessarily approve of my Aries love interest and choice. Yeah. They may feel as though they're settling, that the Aries might be the primary provider, always out taking care of everything, has to do everything, and they don't necessarily feel as though your partner is pulling their weight. So they have some very heavy, nasty, not so nice opinions of your significant other. Again, that's for some of you. If it don't apply, let it fly. Right? They feel as though this individual has pride and arrogance that is inappropriate and they don't like it, Aries. But my Aries are almost like, I don't care. My choice is my choice. And your family may feel like you are betraying yourself, if not them, for aligning with this person. You may see some breakthrough with your family in regards to the acceptance of this person, despite how they feel about them. They're accepting it on behalf of the love they have for you, Aries. But some of your family members feel like you could do better. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you the message as I see it. For some of you, like I stated, you have a spouse or significant other who volunteers and contributes their time in such a way that that is what you love about them. You love the aesthetic of this person, and your family or friends may not be able to see some of that in this individual. Maybe you might want to bring the two together more or talk up your partner in that way. I don't know. But these are the opinions of people that my Aries say they're not a part of my day in and day out. They can have their opinions and I'll respect it, but I'm not going to move in one way or another because of what my family thinks. Or you, Aries, could have a child or someone who is underneath you and you're not in acceptance of who they've decided to align themselves with. Right? This could be Aries who has an adult child and they don't like who their adult child is dating, dealing, and rolling around in these streets with. My Aries don't approve. They feel like their child may be aligning themselves with someone who is not up to par with their standards. It's something like that, where family has a strong opinion of one's significant other in a negative way. So let's move on and close out your read and find out which astrological house you need to give a little more attention to, Aries, as well as what zodiac sign will be a part of your breathtaking moments. So let's see. The eighth house. The eighth house is the house of higher learning, transformation. Like, this is Scorpio energy. So some of you may have Scorpio in your chart. Some of you may be struggling with transforming and transitioning your life from one place to the next. Let's see, you may be going through a spiritual rebirth as well. That also is a part of the eighth house, Aries, like having to go through tragedy and or trying times around you and taking in the tragedy of the world, crisis of the world, as well as, so from a big scale all the way down into your own life, being able to maneuver and transition through those events. You need to give some additional attention to, Aries. But let's see what zodiac sign is going to be a part of your breathtaking moments. Cancer, you received Cancer. So some of you may have adult Cancer children. Your child may be dealing with the Cancer. You may have Cancer in your chart, but this is really about the zodiacs that will be a part of your breathtaking moments, Aries. So a father figure I'm picking up, or a mother figure, may be a Cancer for some of you, but Cancer will be significant in your breathtaking moments, Aries. But that is your message. I hope that it helps. And until next time, peace.